Hi there, my name's Dave, and this is part one of how I achieved the skin tones of Will Smith. So let's take a look. I first used the chalkier pencils out of the three types of pencils I use. So it's the Conti Paris and the STABILO CarbOthello ones that I tend to use first. Right, like all my videos, what I'm doing is basic structure, just putting things in lightly, not too heavy with the pastels. Holding the pencil quite away from the point as well, so making everything sort of loose. And just basically trying to cover that tooth up a little bit and getting the basic form, using a burnt sienna there, as you can see me use, then putting some blue on top of that because that's a complementary colour, and then a bit of orange to give it that sort of richness, and basically just trying to feel your way through. And don't worry about it all being scratchy at this point. It's just the basis, the skeleton of what it's going to happen. Everything's going to change with the next coat. The colours I'm using is the normal red, blue and yellow and the secondary colours, plus the additional browns, which is the burnt sienna and burnt umber. So after you're happy with the blocking stage, I'll go over now with the more vibrant colours. I've got a selection of colours that are similar to the flesh colours there you just saw. I put those in, and then I'll go over the top with red, blue and yellow and the secondary colours. Now you have to look at this and see, is it more towards the red colour or more towards the orange? Now if it's more towards the orange, you use blue to make a shadow, and if it's more towards the red, you're using green. So it's a case of judging it and just seeing how it feels, and that'll give a more fresher and vibrant shadow. Now for the deep shadows, I'm using burnt umber and blue. So it's just a case really of just playing about with it. All the time you're sensing the character and energy of the person. You're not just drawing an area, you're always connecting to the vibration of the person and letting that flow through your hand. And just use your finger for blending, that's what I tend to use. And it's a case of just keep building up these layers. Now it's important to get the blacks really black, so your values has got to be correct, or else your colours will look muddy and flat. So you've got to really put those deep shadows in and getting the highlights correct, and then you've got more of a chance of getting the other values right. But until you get those darks in, it won't look 3D or it won't look real. You've got to get those values correct, it's most important. Now for the lips, I'm using different vibrant colours of the Caran pencils, and then building on top of that red, blue and yellow again. But you tend to sort of be more green and red, but you do get subtleties where you need that little bit of blue to give it that purple look. So it's just playing about with it really, just to see what's needed. But basically it's red and green. So if you want a deep shadow, you just put deep red and then green on top. And for the really dense shadows, you need that brown, purple. Oh, and it might, if you have to use the black, just put a little touch of black in there just to get that real deep shadow. Right, part 2 will be coming soon, so keep a look out for that, and thank you very much for watching. Take care and be safe.